fucking low, dude. You're watching the Quest, and I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez. Robert, your boss's boss, Vasquez. We're out here for episode 16. It's April 30th, 2021, and we're out here on a Friday, dude. A Friday night. And we're in the new studio. I don't know if you guys can tell. We're in a new setup, dude. I moved. Can't tell you where, but I moved. And so it was awkward setting up the studio because I didn't know how many new things to put, how many old things I wanted to keep. Definitely wanted to keep my dad. Always got my back. Dude, I'm exhausted. I've been working and moving and working and moving. And when you go from a bigger space to a smaller space, but you still have the same amount of stuff, it just gets cramped and it gets claustrophobic and you can't move. So this week has been a lot of organizing and boring and boring. Come on, dude. We're in the new studio. I saw Mortal Kombat today. That's new. Dude, all this hate that Mortal Kombat is getting, spoiler, you're not going to get better kills on screen. You're just not. Not from like an action movie perspective. Like from a horror, I guess you could go gore, but that's expected. Action is like, yeah, John Wick was pretty gory. And this is up there, dude. Mortal Kombat's a good movie. Stop hating on it. I don't know what the gripes. I don't know what that was about with the storyline. I almost fell asleep one time. I almost fell asleep. And the only problem I really had with it was that it didn't, like, it was action pretty much the whole time, which is a good thing, but I didn't know where the final boss fight was. Like, I didn't know what the ending fight was supposed to be. Uh-oh, I ain't got no Zevia. Ha, I'm BRB. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Sorry about that. But yeah, man. No Comedy Zone last night. I've been moving. Sorry, dude. I'll go next week, though. For sure, I'm going next week. They called for mandatory overtime, so I will be going as a guest of laughter, and a guest of fucking local comedy, you know? Pardon me, which is I drank like that. On to the imprint of the week. Okay. If you had a Power Rangers version of your own MoonRouteStudios produced MMA league, what would your fight card be? And what would your main event be? I'm starting out with Zach. You got to have Zach in there. He's going to be my opener. And he's going to go against Rocky. Yeah. Red Ranger Rocky, not Blue Ranger Rocky. Red Ranger Rocky. It's going to be Zach, Black Ranger, versus Rocky Red Ranger. Fuck him up, Zach. Next one, Battle of the Pink Rangers. Zeo Cat versus Kimberly. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Cat fight. No pun intended. Let me match up Billy versus the Ninja Storm Green Ranger. Yeah. Sorry, this is super nerdy. It's just for you, Imprint. And then the main event, it would have to be Jason Red Ranger versus Tommy Green Ranger. How about that? Boom. No Rita Powers, no nothing. All right, got super nerdy for the Imprint. Now on to the question. If you were to turn a movie into a video game, which would you choose? Now, I thought about this one pretty much all week. And I was like, oh, well, Max Payne was a pretty fun video game. And I was going from like video game to movie. You got to go from movie to video game, which that's popular with like Shrek or like other video games they've done it, or sorry, other movies have done it in the past where the movie was successful. So they're like, fuck it, let's make a game. Dude, commercials could be successful and be in a video game. The Burger King had his own like video game series or something like that. I remember Burger King having video games, and I'm like, what's going on? What is this? As a concerned citizen, what am I playing? But it was really fun. It was like a racing game or something. It was creepy. I didn't really like the King. Ronald McDonald was all right. The King is gay. But back to the question. Turning a movie into a video game. Not some video game into a movie into the video game. Fight Club. I was going to say Titanic. That was my answer for the last one. Fight Club. I feel like that'd be super interesting. You could recruit the guys for his mission. Oh, spoiler alert. If you've never seen Fight Club. I'm not surprised if you've never seen Fight Club, because you're not supposed to talk about Fight Club. That's the one rule, or rule number 1 or whatever. Don't talk about Fight Club. So how are you supposed to get people to see the movie and you can't even talk about it? Get out of here, dude. Fight Club. And then you would have the fight part where it's like you got to fight at least like 3 times a week. Man, come on, Activision. Shout out to Activision. let me be a gamer, man. Let me what are you trying to say? Let me write games. Anyways, on to the UFC. UFC on ESPN 23. Tune in. That's all I got to say about that. Boom. This new studio it's pretty cramped, dude. But it's got all my favorite mementos. I got a new moon. I got the whole moon in my hands. I got the nunchucks as always. I got the balloon dog. I'm out here living. Had to rep the pumpkins. I got a picture of me and my dad and my brothers. And these 2 crazy paintings. Oh. Hey, get it right. Oh. Dude. On to unlocking memories. All I have written down is tennis court fiasco. Now, I've told you guys before, I was born in Springfield, Missouri. For those of you who don't know, born in the meth capital of the world. Shout out to Springfield, Missouri. We lived in a slew of houses, and one of my favorite houses was a house across the street from the park. And it had jungle gyms, slides, swing sets, and it also had basketball courts, tennis courts, and I would just, and this big empty parking lot. Not even the parking lot with the stripes, just like a big gravel empty parking lot. And so I would ride my bike in that parking lot all the time. And I think I had a friend named Cody, and he would go in to the tennis courts. Now, there were some tennis courts that people actively played on, and then there was like this rough one with a ripped net, and there was one with a net that was down, and it was just sketchy, right? So I'm riding my bike one day, and I follow Cody into the tennis courts, and he's like, all right, I'm going to head home. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to do some laps. All right. Little Dylan's going to get some cardio in. So he leaves, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to ride all around this place, right? And so I'm doing laps, and I ride into the other one where the net's like falling down. And I'm like, I'm going to run straight through the middle, just fucking, no. And that's how you know. That's how you know you're speeding on a bike, right? Is when the handlebars are going like side to side. It's like you're pushing it, right? Just got my training wheels off. Couldn't be any more than 5. And I'm pushing it. And I ride straight through this net, which was falling, right? The net part was on the ground. There was no net. And I just feel this pain in like my neck. The cord was still up. A man walks into a bar. And the cord was still up that held the net up. And it just clotheslined me. And so my bike went up. And I got about 180 degrees. and then everything just landed. My bike landed on me. My legs landed on me. And so I'm like just laying there. And a tennis court floor, it's not some soft grass. It hurts. Everything hurt. And I was just so like confused on what I was like. The net was down. What was that? Like, didn't even know, dude. And so I get up and I'm dragging my bike home, limping home. And I go home to my mom and she's like, what the fuck happened to you? What are you doing? And I told her what happened, and she was like, she didn't believe me at first. She thought some kids were like trying to fucking like hang me at the park. I had like this huge like red mark, and it was like rug burn, but it was wire, and oh man, it hurt so bad. And I felt so dumb, but it was so fun living across the street from a park. And I don't know what I was trying to do exactly, why I was trying to gain top speed, riding through the net, maybe like a finish line. That would have been cool. But I don't know what I had on my mind. When that bike landed on me, and it was kind of like when I knocked the wind out of me on purpose. I was just kind of like, oh no, you did it again. Like, you did it to yourself again, dude. This has been episode 16. We're going to add some new segments in. We're going to substitute some stuff out. I'm going to have some new stories for you guys. Shout out to my boy Kyle. Shout out to my boy Tico. Shout out to my boy Mike Burke. Saw them all today. Help me recognize that I'm still made for these streets. I had a lot of fun. Dude, episode 16. This is so crazy because I do it once a week. So that's 16 weeks of me getting in front of a camera and talking about what I want to talk about, and some of my friends chime in, and people watch me. So I don't try to get too insecure about views. If you want to show it to your friends, that's cool. I know the people that are going to be here for me are here. And I also know that I'm not too serious about anything. And that's my problem. But I feel like it helps me. Because I'm not going to be the kind of guy that's like, hey, go watch my podcast. Please, anything that I can do. No. You watch if you watch. And then if you don't, you don't. You don't, you don't. Y apostrophe D-N, Y apostrophe D-N. You don't, you don't. I love doing the imprint of the week. I love doing my question. I love talking about fights, even though I don't really get to talk about them. And probably about 2% of you guys talk about them and care about them. My unlocking memories, that's kind of for me. This is all a bank. This is all a bank for my mind. I'm just trying to express what I'm currently thinking as a 26-year-old biracial male going to, and you know, I don't speak no Espanol, and I don't claim that too much, but it's just the reality. I'm not completely anything. I'm me. And I'm going on a rant that's not too silly. I like to be silly, man. But this new studio is giving me an opportunity to just let it out. Like, I love doing this. And no one's going to make me not love this. I love connecting with the people that I connect with. I love shouting at my boys. Shout out to my boy Nick, young Calabaster. Shout out to my boy Jordan, doing his thing. The Debbie Cake tournament winners. Dude, the finals are so insane. Going to the Debbie Cake winners. The Debbie Cake winners from the last round, the left side of the bracket has come with the contender of Fudge Round. Wait. Okay, so this is your left. I'll do it this way. Fudge round, representing this side of the bracket, and then Christmas theme, representing this side of the bracket. Could it be more difficult, dude? I mean, fudge round in itself it's proven to be a banger for that side of the bracket. Beat out all the contenders. It beat out Swiss rolls. It beat out fudge brownies, which that wasn't too hard. It beat out a lot of contenders. And then you have the Christmas theme, which it's not doing it by itself. There is no one cake when it comes to the Christmas theme. There's like 10. So I think fudge round is going in as an underdog. I got him to win the whole thing. But I got to leave it up to the people. Votes will be up tomorrow. Since there's only one vote, then it's just Saturday's vote, no Sunday. And that's it, dude. I think that's the Quest. Thank you guys for letting me get silly and serious, and I'm going to have some new segments for you guys. You guys should write in some like advice column or something. We'll figure something out. This is all about us and our opportunity to just express ourselves freely. This is our space, and nobody's going to take that from us. I say us because this is just me. There's no directors or producers. I edit this. I upload this because I just want to entertain you guys. I know people who take 20-minute shits. Allez-moi. You can listen to something for 10 to 15 minutes to take your mind off of whatever is bothering you. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to get millions of views. I'm not here to become the next best stand-up comedian. I go to the Comedy Zone and I work on my stand-up to be fresh. I've told you guys that. And I tell you guys how much I love doing this, but I love and appreciate you all my friends. And I wouldn't want to do anything else. So thank you. This has been The Quest with Robert, your boss's boss, Vasquez. Shout out to Zevia. And I'll see you later.